Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 12th, and on January 6th, another day that will live in infamy occurred. And maybe there'll be other days that live in infamy that occur. Because on January 6th, we heard, we will storm the government buildings, kill cops, kill security guards, kill federal employees and agents, and demand a recount. That did not happen in some third world country. That happened in Washington, D.C. And it happened with the encouragement of the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. How could this happen? Were we asleep at the switch, as they say? Because in the weeks, the days, and the hours ahead of Wednesday's siege of the Capitol by Donald's, we'll call them zealous supporters, but many have more powerful words to talk about those people. Many will call them fascists and anti-Semitic and right-wing lunatics. And I think all of those labels apply equally. We have seen this building up through his entire presidency, from the rallies in Charlottesville and the kidnap attempt on the governor of Michigan, and the far-right rallies in Berkeley and Portland, and I don't know how many other incidents. I don't recall them all. There were so many. This has not been a quiet 4 years for us. So the warning signs were clear, and the online posts from hate groups and right-wing provocateurs were agitating for civil war. And then we had the deaths of lawmakers and attacks on law enforcement. And this was a failed coup. But just the mere fact that it was a coup was very upsetting. So the dust has temporarily settled. But I'm warning you that the calls for violence have only intensified ahead of Inauguration Day, when President-elect Joe Biden will be sworn in as Commander-in-Chief. We are seeing chatter from these white supremacists and from the far-right extremists, from the anti-Semites, from the lunatic fringe, from the Proud Boy, and the other so-called patriotic militias. And they are emboldened by this moment. And I believe we can expect that this violence will actually get worse before it gets better. How can I say that, you say? Well, there was a commentator on the Donald Win, a pro-Trump online forum, that declared Trump will be sworn in for a second term on January 20th. So if that is still going on after what happened on January 6th, then we must be on alert. And he went on to say, we must not let the communists win. If we have to burn D.C. to the ground, let's do it. Tomorrow we will take back D.C. and take back our country. I can tell you, I don't fear the left. I don't fear the communists. I fear those who caused the deaths of 5 people. I fear QAnon, who had 1,480 posts on related accounts that encouraged the mayhem of this event. They spoke in terms of violence. They referenced the war. The war begins today, they quoted. And they blamed this rally on the left. All this online rhetoric did not go unnoticed. There were several watchdog warnings ahead of the Capitol siege. On January 4th, the Anti-Defamation League published a lengthy blog post detailing the threats of violence that were being organized for the upcoming rally on January 6th. Their blog said the combination of an extremist presence at the rallies and the heated nature of the rhetoric suggests that violence is a possibility. Also on January 4th, a risk analysis by the security firm G4S stated that current rhetoric suggests that there will be attendees who have violent intent, including armed militia groups, and they are getting ready to act between January 6th and Inauguration Day. So who's watching the store? That's the big question. Who's paying attention? Maybe those of us or those who are in charge thought there was an overreaction. But I think we've learned our lesson. There is no overreaction when it comes to these groups. The overreaction is taking no action, and that's a disaster. These people have to be kept under control. They have to be monitored constantly. That's a terrible thing to say when we have freedoms in this country and we have rights of privacy. But these groups, the Proud Boys, QAnon, the other anti-Semitic, anti-American groups, they need to be watched constantly. The leader of the Proud Boys was arrested when he came to Washington, and he was found to have munitions in his possession. So this country has to be vigilant. All of us have to be vigilant. This is not a time to think that because Donald lost the election that this is going to go away. In my opinion, it might get worse because too many of these people, and by these people, I mean the Trump allies, the Trump supporters, they are not going to give up. They are not going to go quietly into the mist. This country is going to be in trouble for years. And that's enough bad news for one day. So I'll see you in the morning. Bye.